Welcome back to Demolition Worker. Today we tackle the absolute tallest and most slender structures in the entire industrial plant. These towering flare stacks have been severely warped by extreme heat from past chemical incidents, making this demolition process incredibly dangerous. We are utilizing a highly risky cage lowering technique today. Precision is absolutely necessary to prevent a catastrophic structural failure. Our engineers must install a highly complex system of heavy pulleys and stabilized steel cables approaching from 4 different directions. This massive network of cables ensures the compromised tower remains perfectly upright during the extremely delicate cutting and lowering phases. We are using advanced AI visualization to carefully plan every single step of lowering this massive flare stack section by section. A gigantic industrial crane coordinates smoothly with heavy excavators, positioned below to perfectly balance the immense weight of the tower. You can actually feel the intense vibrations and hear the sharp whistling of harsh winds striking the high steel structures. High-altitude winds create a terrifying dynamic load on the stack, pushing our experienced engineering team to their absolute limits. This specific episode demands maximum concentration from everyone involved, because one tiny mistake could cause a truly devastating collapse today. If the tower falls uncontrollably, it will completely crush the adjacent uncleared factory zones, causing millions in unexpected collateral damage. The demolition crew meticulously inspects the welded joints, searching for any hidden stress fractures caused by decades of thermal expansion. Heavy machinery operators carefully position their massive hydraulic arms, ready to catch the steel sections as they are slowly detached. Workers secure the primary lifting harness around the topmost section, ensuring the massive steel cylinder is perfectly balanced before cutting. Sparks begin to fly wildly as the plasma cutter easily slices through the thick, heat-warped steel of the towering stack. The crane engine roars loudly, taking the massive weight of the first severed section as it hangs suspended in midair. Slowly and carefully, the operator lowers the giant metal tube down toward the waiting excavators on the dusty ground below. Ground crews rush in to detach the heavy rigging cables, working swiftly while maintaining safety protocols at all times. The first piece touches down safely, but we still have many more dangerous sections to remove before the day ends. Communication between the crane operator and the ground spotters is absolutely critical to avoid any sudden swinging of the payload. The wind suddenly picks up, causing the remaining tower structure to sway dangerously back and forth against the tensioned cables. Our tensioning system immediately compensates for the sudden wind gust, holding the fragile metal chimney securely in its designated place. Welders climb back up the exterior ladder, fighting against the strong breeze to reach the next designated horizontal cutting line. They attach the secondary safety lanyards before igniting the cutting torch, sending a brilliant shower of orange sparks falling downward. The thick steel groans under the immense pressure, a terrifying sound that echoes loudly across the entirely abandoned industrial complex. Another massive section is finally cut completely free, dangling precariously from the thick crane hook high above the concrete foundation. The skilled crane operator gently maneuvers the heavy steel chunk, expertly avoiding the surrounding network of fragile pipes and valves. Excavators on the ground use their powerful hydraulic thumbs to gently guide the swinging metal cylinder onto the transport trailer. Watching this massive piece of industrial history being dismantled brings a strange sense of closure to the veteran engineering team. The sheer scale of this demolition project is truly mind-boggling, requiring months of careful planning and precise mathematical calculations. We are now halfway down the massive flare stack, but the structural integrity worsens significantly near the heavily burned middle. The heat warping here is extremely severe, making it incredibly difficult to find a perfectly straight line for the cutter. Engineers must quickly recalculate the center of gravity for this uniquely deformed section before the crane attempts to lift it. A sudden shift in weight could easily snap the primary lifting cable, sending tons of jagged steel crashing straight down. The cutting team takes extra precautions, using specialized bracing equipment to stabilize the warped metal during the final torch pass. With a loud metallic crack, the deformed section finally breaks loose, swaying heavily as the crane takes the full load. The entire ground crew holds their collective breath as the strangely shaped metal chunk slowly descends toward the staging area. Excellent teamwork prevails once again as the excavators secure the awkward piece, preventing it from rolling off the flatbed truck. The remaining tower is now much shorter, but the intense danger level remains incredibly high for everyone on the site. We must maintain absolute vigilance, because complacency is the absolute biggest enemy when dealing with unpredictable, heavy industrial demolition projects. The lower sections of the flare stack are significantly thicker and heavier, requiring maximum lifting capacity from our primary crane. Sparks continuously rain down like a spectacular metallic waterfall as the cutting crew furiously works through the reinforced steel base. The deafening noise of heavy machinery completely drowns out the howling wind, creating an intense atmosphere of focused industrial chaos. Every single movement must be perfectly synchronized between the aerial cutting team and the heavy equipment operators waiting patiently below. The tension in the stabilizing cables is constantly monitored by digital sensors to ensure the remaining structure stays perfectly vertical. We are approaching the final few sections of the tower, and the physical exhaustion is visibly setting in for everyone. Despite the intense fatigue, the demolition crew pushes forward with unwavering determination, knowing they are incredibly close to the finish. The second to last section is successfully detached and lowered, leaving only the massive reinforced base anchored to the concrete. This final piece is the heaviest and most stubborn part of the entire structure, heavily bolted to the deep foundation. Workers use massive hydraulic wrenches to slowly spread the rusted bolts that have held this giant tower for many decades. The sheer physical effort required to loosen these massive industrial fasteners is truly a testament to the crew's incredible strength. Finally, the last stubborn bolt gives way with a loud screech, completely freeing the massive steel base from its foundation. The crane takes the immense weight one last time, lifting the final piece of the flare stack into the air. A profound sense of relief washes over the entire site as the heavy metal base is safely placed on the ground. Flawless coordination among the crew members reaches an emotional climax. The final piece safely touches the dusty earth. What was once the absolute tallest and most intimidating structure in the plant is now just a pile of scrap. The successful dismantling of this dangerous flare stack is a massive victory for our dedicated team of professional demolition experts. We managed to safely bring down this highly unpredictable structure without causing any damage to the surrounding fragile factory facilities. The once crowded and towering industrial skyline now looks completely different, drastically altered by the removal of the giant stack. The open sky above the construction site feels incredibly vast now that the tallest steel stick has been permanently removed. This newly cleared space represents a fresh beginning, making way for a modern and much safer industrial facility to emerge. Our team immediately begins the massive cleanup process, cutting the large steel sections into smaller pieces for easier transport away. Heavy-duty loaders scoop up the scattered metal debris, clearing the concrete foundation for the next phase of the project. The scrap metal will be carefully transported to a recycling facility where it will eventually be melted down and repurposed. It is truly fascinating to think about how this old industrial tower will soon become part of something entirely new. The demolition workers take a well-deserved break, sharing smiles and stories after completing such a highly stressful and dangerous task. Their incredible expertise and unwavering bravery are the true reasons why this complex demolition project was such a massive success. We capture some final cinematic drone shots of the completely cleared area, showcasing the dramatic transformation of the industrial landscape. The setting sun casts a beautiful golden glow over the busy construction site, perfectly highlighting the newly opened expansive sky. This challenging episode has thoroughly demonstrated the incredible power of advanced engineering, precise planning, and flawless teamwork under extreme pressure. We successfully conquered the tallest and most warped flare stack, proving that no demolition job is too difficult for us. The heavy equipment is slowly powered down for the night, bringing a peaceful silence back to the once noisy site. Tomorrow will bring a completely new set of unique challenges, but tonight, the dedicated crew can finally rest and recover. We are incredibly proud of the hard work and dedication shown by every single member of our professional demolition team. The careful dismantling of the flare stack will serve as a perfect textbook example for future complex industrial demolition projects. Safety is always our absolute highest priority, and today this flawless operation is a shining testament to our strict safety protocols. We hope you enjoyed watching this incredibly intense and highly technical demolition process as much as we enjoyed performing it. The visual spectacle of giant steel structures being carefully dismantled piece by piece is something that never truly gets old. It requires a unique combination of raw mechanical power and delicate precision to successfully execute a job of this magnitude. As we look out over the empty space where the tower once stood, we feel a deep sense of accomplishment. The industrial landscape is constantly evolving, and we are absolutely thrilled to play a major role in its ongoing transformation. We will continue to bring you the most exciting and highly dangerous demolition projects from all around the entire world. Stay tuned for our next thrilling episode, where we will tackle an even more massive and incredibly complex industrial structure. Remember to always respect the incredible power of heavy machinery and the immense dangers involved in professional industrial demolition work. The dedication of these brave workers ensures that progress continues safely, clearing the path for future innovations and new industrial developments. We deeply appreciate your continued support and enthusiasm for our channel as it drives us to capture these truly amazing moments. Please share this incredible video with anyone who appreciates the raw power and extreme precision of heavy industrial demolition projects. Your engagement helps us continue producing high-quality content that showcases the incredible skills of these highly dedicated demolition experts. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredibly thrilling journey through the dangerous world of heavy industrial demolition. This is Demolition Worker signing off for now, reminding you to always stay safe and keep building a better future.